I have to admit, I've had a pretty stressful couple of days, really busy, but more so today, just intense. I'm more stressed. So I definitely feel it's some detox kicking in. I'm having a few challenges with some of the rescue dogs. You see, I'm working full time. I'm working on a business, growing my business, and also got a rescue with some rescue dogs. Not a physical rescue centre. We do it with fosters. But I've got one particular dog with me right now who's just causing me a lot of stress. And then another dog that is destroying lots of things. And yeah, we all get this. And it's really intense. And I feel that sometimes you can handle it so much better through eating healthier. But when you're going through some detox, you may not feel as balanced. And this is what happens. It's a bit of a yo-yo, but it does start to balance out. So I'm not taking this as an opportunity to go and eat. That was my sort of like escape, my distraction, when things are getting too much, when things are challenging. And even on the raw foods, from time to time, I use food to comfort myself. Now, I really want to move away from that, and I help others in stopping from binge eating, from comfort eating, emotional eating, so that they can grow and also, as a byproduct, lose the weight which they want. They want to lose the weight and don't succumb to their stress eating. And it's not easy, and especially when you're going through a detox, sometimes it can be intensified and things can seem overwhelming. You may find that you're crying sometimes. I've definitely cried today. I had a little mini breakdown, and yeah, I'm struggling. So this is day 14, and yeah, I just feel I need a break from mainly what's going on here, not anything else. A lot of our issues that we have are coming from what's going through here. So yeah, I do not feel balanced at the moment, but I just try and honor that that's okay. If you can be okay with not being okay, that's where half the battle disappears. But if you're in it, you don't always see it. But from this journey, from working through a lot of challenges in a more peaceful way, I then grow. I see growth. So I'm going to give you 3 incredible tips just to help you through this process. If you're interested in doing a detox, such as a cleanse that I'm doing, a fruit-only challenge for 30 days, or you're already on it and you're experiencing some detox challenges. Now, some ask me what are the detox symptoms? So you can have physical symptoms as headaches, migraines, aches and pains, cold like flu symptoms, lots of different earache, skin breaking out. I've had a few rashes up here, just very little, not much. I very rarely get spots, but the spots did come, very small pimples. And the emotional side can be where because you're not distracting with food, you can really start to get uncomfortable with the feelings and thoughts that's coming up, and you don't know what to do. You don't know how to process them, work through them. And the goal really is not always to fix them, work through them. It's just to allow them to come to surface, to be heard. We don't always need to fix. I'm a fixer. So just allow them to come up, let them be heard, and then let them go. And most of the time, that is all you need to do. Some things you may need to go deeper and work through them, but they're just patterns, and patterns aren't you. So when you're going through this, you might get some childhood memories. You may even create or bring up some memories of old foods that you're craving. You feel like, where's all this coming from? Where's the mental aspects to it? Why am I thinking of food that I've not eaten for years? Saying if you're vegan and you're craving pizza. I must admit, I was craving pizza the other day, any pizza. I was like, where's that come from? And it's old residue that's still within the cells that's just resurfacing. And I'm flipping between the physical and the emotional, mental aspects, but there's going to be a lot that's going to come up. So my first tip is just to realize that this is all completely normal and that the mind will play tricks on you. There's lots of things going on physiologically. The parasites are craving. They're screaming out for the old food that you used to eat. And also the psychological side is where you've got these emotions attached to these foods. So you're taking them out, and obviously you're going to events, you're going to social gatherings, no one else is eating like you. And yeah, it feels lonely, and it can, but it doesn't have to be. If we take away that focus of food and we focus on other things, it can help. I've shared in previous videos before and help you process these emotions, but it's really all mindset. And just to give you an example is to really make sure you're eating simply. Simplicity is what's going to get you through, because the thing is with standard diet or any form of diet, they have too many things on a plate that keep you stimulated. We want to come away from as much stimulation as we can and focus on simplicity. So that's one thing I've really drilled, really reprogrammed, and has helped me immensely. That's why I've got through to day 14 and beyond. I feel that I don't need to have so many things on a plate. I just want to be present with what I have, less focus on too many things, and keep it mono meals. That's one fruit, or just 2 or 3 different fruits. Generally, if I'm not having a smoothie, even then I'm only having 1 or 2 ingredients, or I'm just having mangoes and blueberries, or just mangoes, or just dragon fruit or watermelon. There seems to be my staple is coconut water, mangoes, watermelon and dragon fruit. So those 4 I'm really embracing and really enjoying, because they are very enjoyable, ripe, delicious, sweet. They're so good here in Thailand, so I'm very blessed. I have programmed those in my mind that it's about simplicity. So that's your first tip. Number 1 is simplicity. It's reprogram. Lots of tips there just to see things differently. So if you are going out in gatherings, that's my other little tip, is that you don't need to focus on food. Focus on the connections you're going to make. Focus on the buildings. Focus on learning about others. So my second tip is creating rituals that are going to help you with good habits on a daily basis. Just like washing every day, brushing your teeth every single day, create habits, rituals that are going to be daily consistently, that are going to set you up for success. And I always talk about the power hour. So get that done in the morning. If you can't do an hour, do 15 minutes and do these 3 things within this power hour, which is meditation, reading a positive book or something knowledgeable within this lifestyle, and 3, movement, exercise. Something that will get the bowels moving, because you may find when you go on a cleanse that you're constipated. And I have been a couple of times through this process, and I just go on the trampoline, or I go to the gym, I go out walking, it gets the bowel stimulated, and then I can easily go. So I would highly recommend those 3 things within that hour, or 15 minutes, 5 minutes of each. But I would recommend an hour a day. Set those rituals and set your day up for success. That is what I believe has helped me got to this point. Number 3, which is you have got an abundance of ripe fruit. I would even have ripe fruit and not so ripe fruit, so that you do get a good 3 to 4 days of different stages of fruit, because then you're not going to crave something else if you're hungry. And sometimes you may need to distract yourself. Sometimes I always encourage to, when a craving comes up and you're not hungry for fruit, if you're not hungry for fruit and you want something else, you are not truly hungry. We haven't really experienced true hunger. So when that's happening and you don't want to eat, just make sure you are drinking plenty and go for something hydrating like watermelon. Have that abundance in, because if you do need to distract, like I just said, you can just go and eat. I mean, ideally sit in it, be still in that moment, and you're not hungry. You're full well you're not hungry, but you're craving something else. Then just sit in it. Allow those emotions to come up. Allow them, be present. Don't even have to react. Or you can start getting deeper and getting the downloads on where's this feeling coming from. What is really happening? And what we tend to find is we get our own answers. We don't need to ask anybody else. It could be old memories. Something could have triggered you in your day, or someone said something and it's triggered an emotion. And all you want to do is eat and distract. But until you have this awareness, we're never going to truly know. So I would ask to pause before reacting on anything. Take that time. That's why meditation is so crucial in this journey, especially when you're consuming foods that don't numb us, that don't distract us, because that's where the real healing begins. No more running away from uncomfortable feelings. We're going to feel it. So just to recap, number one, really think about simplicity. Start to focus on reprogramming those beliefs that don't serve you anymore, such as, I'm bored of this, it's only fruit. No, fruit is life. Fruit is so good for the cells. This is an incredible detox that everyone should experience, definitely in their lifetime. But simplicity and variety over time, not variety in every meal. Start to really look at these thoughts and these programs, these patterns that we're doing that are not serving us anymore. Number two is the rituals. Create a successful power hour, reading, meditation, movement. And number three is have an abundance of fruit available. Never ever have nothing at home or with you when you're out and about. I would highly recommend, especially if you're new to this and you've not done this before, or you've been eating very heavy foods beforehand, or your diet is pretty much standard or half and half, raw and cooked, then really make sure you have an abundance. The reason why I say that is because when you start to eat 100% raw, you start to realize you don't need a lot of food, or you're satisfied with holding on for a little bit longer if you haven't got food. If you're running around doing errands and you hadn't eaten for 4 or 5 hours, you can wait a little bit longer. You're not going to die. You're not going to die when you're running around, and you've got no food, you've got no fruit with you. So just honor this process, enjoy. And if you've got any questions on detox, what you're experiencing, if you are interested in doing a fruit only challenge, I'm offering a 21-day fruit challenge on the 1st of June. And check the description box below for more information. It's incredible. I'm really excited to be sharing that with you. It's going to be with an intimate group. If you are interested, do check that out. If you like this video, thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe, and also turn on the bell notification to be notified of the next videos and to support the channel. Be, feel, and stay Rawlicious.